Hey friends, what's up? Phillip here, and I'm here to talk about my favorite travel card for the past year, but I might actually be getting rid of it. So what travel card am I talking about? And that's going to be the American Express Green Card. And so I know a lot of people love to hate on this card recently online, but it's been kind of my friend, and I might also be growing out of it a little bit. So let's get into it. So the American Express Green Card gets you three membership rewards, points per dollar on dining. So that's one. You also get transit. So that's going to be tolls, taxis, subways, things like that. Ferries are also part of that. But you also get traveling. So this is a very, very huge travel category. So if you're an Airbnb person, this is your card. You get 3 points per dollar. If you're just a random hotel person that doesn't have any loyalty, you can either book directly on that hotel's website and get 3 points per dollar, or you can also go on to Kayak or whatever your personal, online travel agency is, and you still get 3 points per dollar. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of loyalty with a particular hotel provider, or if you like to do Airbnbs, or you're not really sure how that works, this will work best for you. And so that's kind of what happened with me. So when I got this card a year ago, I was someone who I didn't have any real hotel cards at the time. And so I really didn't consider myself to be very kind of loyal, so I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. But I did know last year that I had a couple of larger kind of vacations coming up. So, for instance, one time there was basically a timeshare here in Orlando that's designed for larger families, and so we actually got a 3-bedroom condo. So that's 3 master suites essentially. Condo, everybody has their own bathroom, huge living room, full kitchen, the whole 9 yards. I know we were going to be staying there for a couple nights, and I wanted something that I wanted to put it on. And so this became kind of that deal. And so that was 3 points per dollar on all the food that we ate when we stayed there and charge it to the room, 3 points per dollar on the whole stay, and everything. So that was kind of wonderful that I was able to get that. So fast forward a couple months, my wife's birthday is in the beginning of July, and I wanted to take her to the Waldorf Astoria. And so this was a really interesting thing. And so it's a Hilton property, but I did not have a Hilton card at the time of the payment. And so I decided to go ahead and use this for 3 Amex points per dollar. And this also, it's very amazing. So there was, between the point that I made the booking and when I actually paid for it, so I actually paid for the booking at the hotel, there was an Amex offer for Waldorf Astorias. So it was 180 back I forgot what the exact amount of spend was, but I hit that spend. And so not only did I get 3 points per dollar on all the food and everything that we spent at the Waldorf Astoria, but I also got that $180 cash back immediately. So that was pretty incredible. So let's also move forward to when I started planning our trip to England and Paris in December. And so what I started doing is I started putting all, the airfare, all of the Viator travel trips, things like that. All of that got 3 points per dollar on this card. And so this was really an incredible card because 3 points per dollar, we had to spend, I think it was like $300 for a dinner cruise on the Seine River in Paris. And so that got 3 points per dollar. And then we also did a cooking class where we learned how to bake croissants from a very small cooking school in a very, very old building in the nice neighborhood of Montmartre in Paris. And that also got 3 points per dollar. When we were checking into the London Underground, that was also 3 points per dollar. Taxis from JFK to Central New York, 3 points per dollar on the American Express Green Card. And so there was also a really wonderful Amex offer for Virgin Atlantic at the time. So we actually paid for the flights out, so premium economy, we paid in cash for, and so that was 3 points per dollar here. But then I also got a lot of points on with Virgin because I think I got like 15,000 points from that particular ticket. And so not only did I get 3 points per dollar on the American Express green card, I also got the Virgin points as well because I was able to book directly with them. And so I did have the gold card at the time. And so, yeah, I would have gotten 3 points per dollar on that, but I went ahead and put it on this one because this had the Virgin Atlantic offer. And well, I was able to get, I think it was like close to $200 back from that. And so this card, despite the fact that it cost me $150, immediately gave me nearly $400 in American Express offers just on 2 single purchases. And so that's kind of the superpower of this card. First of all, it's very wide ranging, but it also gives you a lot of different offers that you may not see on other cards. And so this is kind of the superpower. Now let's get into the other credits. So there's only 2, at least there were only 2 when I actually used them. The $199 clear credit. So you sign up for clear, and as long as you pay for it with this, $199 of that charge will be reversed. And so I used this card to sign up for clear, and I signed up my wife on my account. And so the 2 of us had clear for the last year for the cost of $99, which is the cost to add her at the time. And so that was a huge benefit. We used it a couple times now, and it has saved us. When we were in JFK, it really helped us sail through security. I know some people have had some bad experiences with Clear at JFK, but the day that we were flying through, everything sailed through nicely. And so we've had some really great experiences. We also sailed through security at Atlanta Airport. And we were probably only there for like 6-7 minutes. And so Clear made that a possibility as well. And so would I have paid $200 for it? No. But it is something that I got to get out of it. And so let's also talk about now the old credit that no longer exists in the card, but there is a scheduled refresh of this card that may change some things. So there was a Lounge Buddy credit of up to $100, and so I actually used that for 2 entrants for me and my wife, so one each, to the club at MCO. So this particular lounge was not very I guess it wasn't a huge experience, right? But it was nice that it was kind of separate away. The chairs were kind of nice. There was some hot food. There were unlimited drinks. There was a Coke machine, things like that. And so I was able to get access to that. Now I definitely don't value that at $100 because, well, I wouldn't pay $50 to access that lounge per person. And so, basically we can probably factor that in, maybe $50 for the 2 of us. Yeah, because it saved us money. We didn't have to go to Starbucks. We didn't have to go to, the pretzel place or anything else at Orlando Airport. And so I did get some value from this. I've gotten a lot of value from the Amex offers, from the point value redemptions, and then also from being able to use the Clear and the Lounge Buddy. Now the Lounge Buddy is no longer here, so we'll see what happens. Now, I may not be keeping this anymore, and so the reason for that is that we've become kind of more of a Hilton family with the Hilton Aspire card, and we were being able to use that more and more. And so I get 14 Hilton points per dollar when I use it at Hilton properties, and then that's in addition to the extra points that I get for being a Diamond member. So all told, I get 34 points per dollar whenever I pay cash for a stay. That definitely is better than the 3 points per dollar I could get here. So I don't really use this for hotel stays anymore, and I don't really use this for airplanes anymore because I have, first of all, I have the business gold card, which gets 3 points per dollar, and then I also have the platinum card, which gets 5 points per dollar. And so this card really hasn't been used very much recently. I think the last time I used it was when we went to the London Underground last week, and I used it for 3 points per dollar, but honestly we spent like $20 on that, so not a whole lot of points. So I'm kind of outgrowing this card just because I've kind of seen my credit card portfolio grow in the past year or so, and so I probably won't be keeping this much longer because I'm kind of hoping that I get an upgrade offer to the American Express personal gold card with this, and then we'll see what happens. And so if that happens, then I probably won't be holding this card. But I have to say, for someone who was in my position where I did not have any particular hotel loyalty, this really came in clutch and gave me a lot of different experiences that were very beneficial for me. So I have some very fond memories of the American Express green card, but I probably won't be holding it very much longer. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to show you more about what's in my wallet.